Hey there, it's Von Barron here at jazzdrumschool.com YouTube channel. Aloha. I hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to share with you an awesome way you can create really cool drum solos. So this kind of drum soloing I'm going to share with you is called motivic soloing, or basing things on a short rhythmic motive or motif. I go into a lot of detail how to play solos like this in my brushes mastery course at jazzdrumschool.com. So you might want to check that out too. So what we're going to do is think of a two-measure phrase. Let's think of a phrase that we can kind of remember, that we can actually repeat many times. How about sabadoo bap boop badet boom bay, sabadoo bap boop badet boom bay, sabadoo bap boop badet boom bay. Kind of, let's swing it. Let's have some fun with the swinging feel. Sabadoo bap boop badet boom bay, sabadoo bap boop badet boom bay, sabadoo bap boop badet boom bay. All right, so what we got to do is sing that together. You ready? Let's do it. We'll go slower. Shabadoo bap boop badet boom bay, shabadoo bap boop badet boop bay, shabadoo bap boop badet boop bay. Now, if you're a little kind of, self-conscious about singing, don't be, because it doesn't have to be perfect. What we're trying to do is internalize the rhythm and really get that phrase to kind of be a part of our body. This is the important thing, and this is what singing does for you. It really connects what your thoughts are and your ideas are in your brain to what your body can do. So if we're not singing things, it's really going to take us longer to play cool, awesome drum fills and drum solos and even grooves. So I really encourage you to sing everything that you want to play. So what's our phrase again? Sabadoo bap boop badet boom bay, shabadoo bap boop badet boom bam. Use whatever syllables you want. Okay, it's kind of like scat singing basically. Shabadoo bap boop badet boom bay, shabadoo bap boop badet boom bay. All right, so that's our two-measure phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Babadoo bap boop badet boom bay. So two measures. All right. Another important point about coming up with your rhythmic phrase is in the beginning, it's really cool if you can pick a phrase or sing a phrase that's going to have some space on the end. That's going to do a couple of things for you. One is it's going to make it easier to play. And the second thing is it's going to give you a little bit of time, like a split second, to think of other ideas. Because one of the really cool things about this kind of soloing is that one idea leads to another idea, leads to another idea, leads to another idea. So if you ever find yourself kind of backed into a corner and you can't think of ideas to play during your 4s and 8s or on your drum solos, start thinking of motifs and listen to the other musicians around you, because they're probably going to feed you something. They're going to give you something in, for instance, their 4s that you can then use in your 4s. So, really pay attention to what's being played around you. That's going to also give you a lot of clues and a lot of ideas for what you can play. All right, so now let's kind of orchestrate it around the drums. And I'm going to start off really simple, just so you can kind of hear the basic idea. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's kind of the basic idea. Now you could also hear that I was changing the melody of it basically, right? So the pitches, I was changing that up. So we don't have to stick to a particular melodic sequence. What we can do though is stick to the rhythm, okay? And stick to the articulation. This is also really important. So if we have zubadoo bop bo budit boom bing, the bop is not going to be some kind of long note. I'm not going to go ba ba doo ba ba da boom bing. That's not being true to the original idea that we're trying to achieve. So you want to match that articulation, those long notes and those short notes. Now what we can do is we can take it a step further. We can then take that basic idea, okay, and we can kind of manipulate it a little bit and have some fun with it. Change it up a little bit, but always kind of return to that basic sound. So if somebody's listening to you play, they'll be able to hear that kind of basic idea woven into your drum solo. So let me give you an example. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can hear, right? I'm always returning to that kind of basic idea, kind of like a punctuation mark at the end of a sentence. Right? So that period at the end of the phrase. So kind of a cool way to do it. Now, like I said before, what you can do is come up with other ideas as you're doing this. So this is, again, a reason why I encourage you to practice a phrase in the beginning that has some space on the end. It's going to give you that split second. You're going to think of something else. So let's see where my solo goes. And I'm going to start with our basic phrase here, and then we'll see what happens after that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of cool, yeah, what you can do. So what I did was I started with the idea, and then that kind of led me to another idea, and then I kind of came back to the original idea, which then led me to another idea, and then it came back to the original idea. So that's another way you can craft your drum solos. If you've got this, like you can play a whole chorus of a tune, you can do like an extended drum solo. It's a really effective way to do it. You can just kind of build it that way. And if you return to the original motif, it also kind of hooks the listener in, also the other musicians in the band, and helps them kind of know where you are in the song. It also makes it sound more cohesive. Rather than coming at a drum solo and just going and playing, kind of crazy stuff, play these kind of phrases, and it's going to make so much musical sense, and it's really going to connect to the music. The thing I always tell my students is drum solos are not an opportunity to show off. Drum solos are an opportunity to continue the conversation. The thing that makes jazz music so unique is that we have this opportunity to converse on our instruments. So take this idea and run with it. Have fun with it. Come up with your own phrases, your own ideas, and see what you can do with it. Let me know how you like to do drum solos. I'm sure you have your own way of doing it, and I'd love to know. So drop a comment below in the comment section. Also be sure to subscribe and like the video, and keep swinging, my friend.